Hello, 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 hello. Alright, sorry about the late delay. Always, I guess. I'm really afraid something will go wrong during the importation of that, but we'll see. Alright, let's go. How's it going all? Hello, hello, hello. Alright, let's go. Gonna try my best to start everything fast. I kinda have a feeling it's gonna be a little bit longer than expected, but I'm gonna try. One, two, and three. Right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Hey SG, what's up? It's going all right, I guess. Tired as friggin' hell. How's were you able to end your day? Point and bad. Let's go. I sync computer. Well, you made it. Oh, there you go. Now it's loading. That was weird. Take your time. I'm late anyway. I just started everything. Well, actually, are you gonna join? I don't even know actually. I just assumed. Boom. Boom. Fuck fuel 25. 25. 8. Going to take a bit of time before I load in, but I can leave from that weird island. Maybe we'll meet up along the way. Ah, okay, got it. No worries. 126.55. Oh boy, 30.74. Boom. And that place, Seychelles. Seychelles Islands. Alright, 3-1. Boom, 3-1. Oh, got it. Okay, I get your point now. Okay, I get your point. Yeah, ground something. Actually, I can probably give you the name from here. Oh, actually, you're not on the island. Okay, wait a second. Are you on this island right there? Or on another one? Glorieuse. Glorieuse would mean glory. No, it would mean... It would mean... something that is glorious. The tip of Madagascar. Oh, got it. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, okay. All good. Right, 48. 158, 158. 158. 158. Tempo 1 alpha. Insert. And you can check out the location. All good, all good. Meanwhile, let's check Valenta. Whoa, what the freaking hell happened? That was weird. 8 Meanwhile, the settings, the colors on my keyboard just changed. Okay, that's new. Use dynamic lighting on my... Really? Whoa, really? I did not know you could do that. Apparently you can control the backlight from Windows directly. I truly did not know that. It was all what, maybe showing Arrakis Valenta Dune. Yeah, I doubt it, but it'd be cool. It'd be cool. Oh, that is new indeed. Match my Windows accent color. Oh, is that so? There you go. We're back with that. Oh, good lord. Close at the door. Interesting. $163. Not working. Three, one. $310. Altitude is gonna be 3. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Lord. There you go. We're loading in. Loaded in. Loaded in. Alright, starting Apu. Oh, God, I'm tired. I hate when I'm this tired. I slept well for days, yeah. In my case, I don't know, man. I feel my system is not, I don't know. It's almost like I'm on jet lag all the time. That's the way I feel. Alright. That's fine. Are we good? It's running. Let's go. Let's do that. Ask for pushback.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay.
Departure check completed. Bypass being inserted. Looking gear.
Alright, connected. Whoa. That's so weird. There's coverage. Oh crap. Where are we going? We're going left. Where's left?
Release parking brakes. All engines clear. Start at will.
Yeah, that's new. Interesting. Right. So let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. And start engine 2. Yeah, it's kind of sad that there's this runway thing. Whoa, just screwed up. Oh boy. Because the rest look, I don't know, in my opinion, it looks very nice. Even that looks really cool. Engine 1 start. So you get a ghost runway still. That would probably be a good test. I don't recall. I remember I did a lot of tests when I first saw that problem like a long time ago already. I just don't remember what I tested. Which is kind of an issue, isn't it? Yep, no, that's probably a good idea. One, two. Oops, that's true. I did not do that. Performance down 0-1.
Road track disconnected. Bypass being removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
all good. I did not set that up. 648. Alright. Have a good trip. Thank you. Seychelles traffic, UPS 121, taxi to runway 31 via Bravo backtrack. Seychelles. Seychelles traffic, UPS 121 entering runway 31 backtrack. Seychelles. Oh, good lord. No, exactly, look at that. Overall, I think it's quite cool. But I believe it's FSDG or something, which I think they're very much known to port their older stuff and maybe not troubleshoot that much, I'm guessing. But at the same time, dude, I don't know. I'm not sure how you're able to just sell something if you know it's broken. And you can see I have that double runway thing. Like this is from here to there, this is one runway. From here to there, this is another runway. It's very clear actually. Oh well. Oh man. It's not 36, it's 37. Sure, it's very paved. Possible. Just looking at that, you can see it's not the greatest texture ever. Not horrible, but it's definitely not on par with MSFS quality, in my humble opinion. It's still pretty nice. It's just that stupid double runway that's the biggest problem. Oh god, sorry. That's something, isn't it? An island in the middle of nowhere. Well, another one, I should say. Well, the difference at least is you can see other islands. Not that far, I guess. Whoops, sorry about that. Oh my god, I'm so slow. Come on. Seychelles traffic UPS 121, taking off runway 31 following the Impo 1 Alpha departure. Seychelles. was a little bit early to say that, but whatever. Well, those are weird, what the hell is that? Those are puppies. You know what? I'm pretty sure those are the puppies of the other runway. Because you can see puppies of the main runway here. So that's part of my problem. Anyway. Whatever, moving on. That was in my scenery too. So you're saying it could be like a problem directly in MSFS or something? Maybe there's something stuck in I don't know, in it somehow, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? 80 knots, 100, 120. $140. P1, rotate. P2. Positive climb, gears up. Pilot on. Whoa, the flex is pretty cool. Steps 1. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Please don't hurt me now. Okay, we're good. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that weird glitch. Holy. I remember something about a glitch like that. I don't remember exactly the details, but yeah. And you can see now it's completely white over there. Whoop. What's up? Off. 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 Stroboto off. And we're good to go. Hey, Melvin, what's up? Let's go touring, yeah, indeed. We're leaving the Seychelles Islands. How's it going, my friend? Let's check that view's better. Thank you, Azzy, for giving the shout out. We just got home from dinner with my sweetie pie. Alright. Hopefully it was enjoyable. Enjoyable sounds negative, isn't it? Hopefully you had fun and it was good. Look at that place. Yeah, you can see that weird bug happening here. It was I ate way too much. Well, it's usually, you know, it's making you feel bad, but it's usually a very good sign. Whoops. I passed the constraints here. I completely forget. I don't know, man. I'm getting lazy, I guess. I forget to check the restrictions on departure because that airplane doesn't. It won't follow them. So you want to see where that island is just loaded in. Okay, well, we'll do as G. We're going to have an ice cream. Let's go. Hey, you know, what are you gonna do? Oh wow! Holy crap, SG! You went there with your longitude. So basically, I'm guessing what you're gonna do. Are you gonna go directly to La Réunion? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, that's perfect, actually. Look at that place. Yeah, it's Glorioso Islands. Île Grande Glorieuse. That's kind of a nonsense. It's basically the big island glorious. The big glorious island, whatever. It kind of doesn't make much sense. And here is my departure. And we're on the other way, the other side. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Definitely do that. And do that. So long, Seychelles Island. That's the main island. That's where the main airport is. The runway is quite long. And I believe the Seychelles are probably, I don't know how many, but a lot of islands anyway. Like a lot. Yeah, and unfortunately it's showing weird like that. There is a scenery. I don't understand why, but it shows up only when you get close. And you'll see the exact same behavior. Like it's gonna get like white and weird here. But for now it looks good. Okay. We good with the rest? I think we are. Yeah, I think we are. That island is that, SG, that island is that freeware that you got, right? That I believe you shared with me. Yeah, got it. Yeah, the Seychelles Islands, by the way, that's a lot of islands. See, there's even one right there. Marie-Louise Airport. Definitely an old French colony. Right there. Poivre, which means pepper. Anyway, point is there's a bunch of them. Oops, somebody's flying there apparently. I don't know where this guy's going. FJDG. Where's that? Oh. Camp Thunder. British Indian Ocean Territory. Holy crap, that's weird. Anse Boileau, Anse Royal, Anse Étoile. Anse Boutin. Grande Anse. Wow, that's not very original. Still, it looks nice. It looks nice. Yeah, look at that. There's a lot of islands. By the way, that's just what it is. You can go like really freaking far. And I believe the Seychelles are like this far. Vincent, that's another one. Yeah, that's still part of the Seychelles Islands. I wonder what's going on over there. I already apologize. I am so tired today. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, it's still 19 and we're at 18,000 feet. Holy. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow, look at that. Roland Garros airport has 41 arrivals. 41. I'm gonna say right there, it's too many. I think it's safe to say it's too many. Holy crap, dude. Oh, jeez. Okay, first of all, let's see what's going on over there. FMEE. 120.12. Yeah, I really doubt that's gonna change. Yeah. No, that's not gonna change. Oh, actually it will change. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's not cool. Alright, I guess we need to wait just in case. Oh, actually it won't. I don't think it will change anything, but what's gonna happen though, it's gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna wait anyway. But it's gonna be a more of a crosswind going on. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Let's go. FYI, that's a freeware. Hopefully you installed it, SG. It's a really good freeware. Oh god. Yeah, the wind right now is going that way. And it's gonna go that way. Oh no, look at that. That's even perfect. Even more perfect. Yeah, that way. So that's gonna be fine. No worries here. Runway is super long as well. Yeah, and it's very clear again. Like you can see there's a runway there, another one over there. I'm pretty sure this one is the old one. Yeah, and you can see it's a line as well with the airport. And they probably terraformed here to make a longer runway somehow. Ever landed there? Oh, it's pretty cool. A big freaking mountain. How high is it? 5,000. Yeah, 5,000 at its highest. 8,000 even at the peak here. This is La Réunion, and this is crap. What is it called again? Île Maurice or Mauritanius. Good to see a bit of Madagascar. LKK, I'm guessing, is where you took off. And we gone. Ooh. Speaking of small island. Oh, look at that. That's an island with a runway. It's basically what's on that island. A runway. Fake account of A111. Ah, got it. Hey Paul, what's up? Welcome in, friendo. It's going freaking tired. That's how it's going. How's it going for you? Yeah, look at that. That's an airstrip. And small buildings everywhere. That we don't get. And again, more islands. Oh, that's clouds. Testing. I'm good, sorry I haven't been able to view. I was just working on myself. No worries, friendo. You never have to apologize for anything like that, friendo. Always happy to see whenever you can make it, my friend. Hope life is alright for you. And I didn't do my calls. Oh boy, that's the worst. I think I'm gonna have to get some G Fuel or something. I'm just way too tired. I think I will fall asleep standing at my desk, just sitting at my desk. Life is good, but I want to get more fit. Got it. By the way, there's one thing that will actually make you live longer. It's literally working out. Not even kidding. That's the only real thing. The rest will make you, I don't know, withstand whatever's coming, right? But working out is actually is gonna make you live longer and healthier. The Phoenix video, I did, Paul. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did. But again, I think I'm at that point. Like, okay, I don't wanna hear about it. I want to see it. I'm more than ready for the update. What do you think about it? What the hell? Actually, is that whole island an airport? Because from where you're at right now, it definitely looks like it. Almost, yeah, okay. Glorioso Island. Alright, let's try to find it over there. Can I find it? I guess I won't be able to. Ready to go, let's go already. Also, it's cool to see PA announcements and MCD app built in. I didn't see that part. Hold on. Well, I guess I'm gonna open the video. It's probably a great time to watch it. Careless about more about the new 3D model though. Resorts and museums are along the beach. And I'm off. Alright, let's go. What the frick? Well, okay. On Volenta, the airport is definitely not at the right place. Definitely not. Because you're not yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be water for a while. But we should come across SG very soon, I believe. I would say maximum 40 minutes. I believe probably way before that actually. Alright, let's put that there. Let's put that there. And there. Just a quick minute. Oh, Jeddah is covered right now. Kind of interesting. Alright. Sorry, I'm kind of not all there, I guess. Alright, let's check the video. What the hell? Discord was started already. That's weird. So. Boom.
If you want.
And boom. Oh my god, I did not see a lot of it. I stopped there apparently.
What you're dealing with. You'll also notice a bunch of new options available for you to tinker with, but we'll start by talking about one of the important ones.
Oh wow, okay, no, I didn't see a lot of it.
So what's SDS? SDS is side stick damping simulation. SDS includes a reactivity and damping simulation to emulate the dynamics of the rail side stick and to try and translate those as best as possible to your joystick at home. Now the rail side stake is heavily damped and super sturdy. It would be kind of impossible to recreate fully the dynamics of using this on a home desktop joystick, but SDS aims to bring it slightly closer. Now opinions are going to vary, which is why this is turned off by default, and if it is off, it has no effect and aircraft handling will be relatively similar to before the update. If you turn it on, we have a set of recommended sensitivities to use, and we'll make sure to include these in the documentation.
I'm not sure what it's supposed to be doing.
What SDS should do is make the entire experience of flying the aircraft much smoother, so you'll feel a little bit more inertia and a little bit more weight behind the side stake. Moving on to the actual flight model itself, we've changed quite a lot about it. Now, we've built some tools around making this as accurate as possible, and one of the things that we did in beta was build a telemetry system, a live telemetry system as it were, where we're effectively mapping every data point we could possibly think of, such as drag, N1, pitch, etc., and we've used that to basically tune against the OEM data that we had available to us. And as a result of that, we've adjusted quite a lot about the flight model and the way that it flies, including the airframe drag, the various flap pitch settings, flap drag, so on and so forth. In theory, this should give you a much more accurate flight model now that flies on the numbers. One of the things this was super helpful for was tuning VNAV. So we were able to use this to tune
I still don't understand what it's supposed to be doing.
Idle descent performance of the aircraft, and we were able to bring this into our VNAV code so that the aircraft descends on idle much nicer. Of course, ultimately speaking, the VNAV on the A320 is good, but it's not great, so you're going to end up in situations where your speed may vary a little bit. It also depends on the winds that you've uplinked and the real winds that are present where you are, so bear in mind it's not going to be perfect, but it's not supposed to be. We've also used this on deceleration points on the vertical pathing, so in theory the aircraft should be reasonably accurate with how long it needs to decelerate to a specific speed. Again, this is not perfect on the rail thing, and it's not going to be perfect here either, but it is much closer than
flight model, basically,
the build that you're using right now. One of the important things that the telemetry was used for were the flaps. So in the build that you have at the moment, or one of the older builds, the flap settings, specifically flap 3 and flap full, would cause an incorrect pitch attitude in the aircraft. What we've done is we've used this telemetry and we've rewritten the flaps specific to drag and pitch effects, and now you have a much more accurate picture of what flap 3 and flap full pitch should look like. One of the knock-on effects of this is flare mode. We've implemented flare mode as is on the rail aircraft, but what that meant was when you were approaching the runway with an incorrect pitch attitude as a result of the errors in flap 3 and flap full, you weren't getting as much nose down input as you should have. Now that the pitch attitude is
look at that.
There is a difference.
There's new stuff here, by the way. It didn't look like that before.
It's just a difference in what the actual software
it might be the IAS
is
thing
to do. It makes it harder to float forever, and flap 3 will also have a much stronger
thank God.
input because your
That airplane
pitch
was
angle is much
very
higher at
easy
50 feet.
to
So all in, the
float
flight
with.
model has received a lot of love. Hopefully you'll be able to see and feel the differences when you get the update by yourself, but we're pretty happy with the way that it's performing at the moment. Right, okay.
77 floats way more.
The external engine model. It's been a really interesting journey trying to build this thing, and I know it's kind of easy to get caught up thinking that this whole
I don't remember, dude.
just for the IAEs. In reality, it's a lot more than that. The whole purpose behind it, and
I don't think it floated that much.
with it, was making it
SG, do you remember?
That means that we can apply this thing
I remember
to
you
any
flew the
engine
787
and
quite a bit
any
as well.
aircraft that we build down the line. In a way, I kind of look at it as both a time and resource investment in solidifying our current and future products. Now, obviously, it's taken quite a while. This was a tough strategic call. But then again, there really isn't a how-to manual when it comes to building something like this.
Not much of
It's
the
more or
Phoenix.
less
All
just
right.
wild
Is the
and
787, does the
I mean, there's
A787 float?
literally no documentation, and we're
In
completely
your
unaware.
opinion?
Well, that
Like for instance, the
effectively means is
737 barely
just
floats, in my
how
opinion.
to either. And it's important that running this thing
Unless
on
you
your
keep the
computer doesn't
nose,
cause
the
nuclear
pitch
meltdowns.
way up,
To make
usually it
sure
doesn't
it
float
ran
that much.
okay, we designed and redesigned
Like
the
the 800, I
infrastructure
mean.
several times over. It's been a really strong test of what we're capable of doing, but now that
Yeah.
we're at the tail end of it, I'm
Yeah,
quite
G.
pleased at the result. I think the engines sort of feel alive. I mean, oil literally flows through the veins in the heart of the engine. That oil carries heat as it passes through, affecting its viscosity. And all of this create knock-on effects
It's
everywhere.
hard. Got it.
Cold oil is thick and delivers high oil pressure with poor backflow. Once it's warmed up, though, the pressure drops a little bit and backflow improves, but more importantly, the measurable volume increases as a result. So you can do things
737,
like
got
compare
it.
the oil between different engine
Must be a
operations
master
speeds
now
and
at
see
landing
that it
the
yields
longitude
different
though.
results.
You flew, it's probably
You might
the
even
airplane you
see it
flew the
fluctuate
most,
during the course of a flight.
or close to.
We did actually compare tech logs from the real aircraft against the external engine model to see how it was doing, and it was surprisingly close. The entire system breathes with the airplane, and it's really, really cool to see. It's not just stuff going on inside the engine either. The engines actually also respond to the world around you, and
It's gonna be
perhaps this is slightly scary, but they also respond to being mishandled. They have quirks and limitations that you do best to familiarize yourself with, knowing that if you don't, you're probably going to end up in a nasty situation. You can damage an engine by letting the compressor stall repeatedly without pulling the power, reducing your net thrust. Eventually, the engine's going to flame out, and depending on how abused it is, it may not want to start again. Go far enough trying to break the thing with fire and heat, and you can actually core lock it. We built all of this from 158,137 data points per engine variant.
Nerd.
Funnily enough, that kind of sort of works out to around 320,000 data points across both models.
Gazillion
And
hours in
very
the 737.
importantly,
I
these
got
are
it.
actually from live service engines, so it's not just book figures for a perfect brand new engine. This data and the infrastructure behind it allowed us to achieve really dynamic behavior that far surpasses what we're able to do with the native platform. It's not all about the data points, but also the dynamic interpolation between them, and above all, the simulation and tuning variables that we account for. Like I said before, building the infrastructure for this was a mammoth task, as was making it performant. We feel like there's a little bit more on the table for optimization, but it currently nets out to be similar to the version on your PC right now, which we're pretty happy with overall. Anyway, that's enough yapping on about the whole thing. I could literally be here for hours and not really scratch the surface of this thing, so instead, why don't we just go and explore some of the dynamic situations that you might find yourself in soon.
As long as it's the Petri days, that's a lifetime ago. Yeah.
So, you join me on a scorching New Delhi summer's day. Not a cloud in the sky, and the temperature is about 42 degrees Celsius. We've just brought this aircraft in from Mumbai, and the passengers are currently deboarding. We're going to turn the aircraft around and head back out of here, and the average turnaround on one of the larger A320 carriers that visits New Delhi is around 30 to 35 minutes, so we'll
check it out. That is definitely not a CFM. Holy
try to
crap.
stick to that. Okay, around 35 minutes in, the tug is hooked up. Let's start the pushback and proceed as normal. Right, so here we're going to see something interesting. I'll explain as we go along, and hopefully you can follow as best as possible, but this whole scenario is best described as a little quirk of the IAEs. We're on the pushback now, so
Give me a
let's
second, no
just proceed
worries,
with
friendo.
the engine start. Assume we followed all applicable checklists, but the one thing I like to do is just a quick glance up at the fuel pumps to ensure they're turned on, and another quick peek to make sure the APU bleed is also on. Everything looks good, so let's set engine mode selector to start, and let's set master lever 1 to on. Now, we observe the rise of the various parameters as the engine begins cranking. On the IAEs, there is a little extra technicality here. The engine itself has a lower transient temperature limit than the CFMs. It's about 635 degrees Celsius versus 725 degrees Celsius. Therefore, what the FADEC will do here is attempt to cool the engine off with an extended crank period. The rules are it'll begin ignition at or below 250 degrees Celsius, or
really?
the crank has exceeded 150 seconds, whichever is first. You may notice that the moment the engine started cranking, the temperature actually went up a little bit before dropping back down. As N1 and N2 begin rotating for the start
I don't
process,
understand
we
why
begin
that's
driving
moving
air through and around
if the
core,
engines are off.
slowly driving compressed and core heated air back towards the EGT probe. We're
Gonna say
effectively
that's not normal.
displacing warm air back and out through the engine before replacing it with fresh air that we're pulling in from the front. This leads to a gentle spike in EGT reading.
Push back.
before
Oh,
N1
you're
and
totally
N2
right.
begin
Okay, that
picking
makes
up
more
speed,
sense.
and the
I was about to say, what
volume
the
of fresh,
freaking hell,
cold
dude?
air
You're not
ingested
flying.
by
What's
the
happening?
engine overcomes the
Yeah, you're
immediate
totally
heating
right.
and cools both the
I'm too
core
tired,
and
dude.
the EGT probe, depending on the temperature. Today it's quite hot, so it's cooling just a little bit slower.
Remember on the toll
So,
list,
as you
even the
can see,
Neo
with
reacts
50 to
quite
150
differently
seconds
when you
before the
start it
EGTs
up.
drop below 250 and the fuel is introduced, starting the ignition process.
So that's taking much longer to start, I guess.
And there's the little quirk. Now, I'll explain more in a second, but first I'll quickly set the engine to dry crank before starting to talk about what's going on, as we'll be waiting for a little while during this process.
Start fault.
So we set mode selector to crank, and we'll reach for the man start push buttons on the overhead and push for engine 1. Right, there's us cranking the engine, and we're going to do this for 2 minutes, so I've pushed the chrono in. We'll just keep an eye on what's going on while we talk about what on earth just happened. As I said before, this is one of the operational quirks of the IAE. This engine has a lower transient temperature limit, which has a very interesting effect on its auto start behavior when it's really hot outside. Now, this is not an absolute. One thing we learned about engines in general is that behavior and performance will vary from engine to engine. Some may actually start, others may not. It depends on the engine on the wing on the day. This is much the same in Phoenix. This may or may not happen to you, but it is almost a certainty if you're pushing very short turnarounds in hot temperatures and the engine hasn't been allowed to cool off enough. So what actually happened? Well, the FADEC automatic start sequence protections kicked in there, and it actually aborted the start. It basically determines an overlimit in advance and on the basis of an internal schedule, so to speak.
I love that.
That means that when the OAT is exceptionally hot as it is today and turnaround time prohibits the engine from cooling off enough, the schedule is advanced, and as EGT begins rising, it does so faster than the FADEC is expecting. This leads to a bit of a panic moment for the FADEC, and it culminates in what is effectively an aborted start. This is common enough that Airbus have actually recommended to carriers frequently operating in these temperatures to ignore an auto start entirely if OAT exceeds 40 degrees and simply go for a manual start right off the bat. Now, when we open up the QRH for a manual start, we will see a note inside it that says, in hot weather, OAT 40
was my engine
Celsius or
start?
above,
It will
if the
happen,
residual
100%
EGT is above
sure.
100 degrees
But the
Celsius,
thing is,
perform a
you know,
2-minute
like
dry crank
anything,
in order to reduce the residual
we'll get
EGT
the
to
answer,
a
and
minimum achievable.
there's gonna be a
Refer to
lot of
supplementation ventilation dry cranking. So we're
what
going
is
to do that.
like a thumbs up
Given our EGT
on
is
that
above
post.
100 degrees Celsius and the OAT is above 40, we've pulled up the engine ventilation supplement and followed that before we actually get back to starting the engine. It's a very simple procedure, as you can see, and you may spot the initial note which says this procedure can be used on the ground after an unsuccessful automatic start not followed by an automatic dry crank. Well, we did have an automatic dry crank, but the purpose of this note is to state that it's used for removing fuel vapors before commencing a manual start if the engine has an auto crank itself. In Phoenix, the adverse effects of not removing the fuel vapors if accumulated is indeed modeled. So you can cause a pretty spicy start if you don't ventilate an engine when needed. In this case, it has removed the fuel vapors with an auto crank by itself, but we can still use it to cool the engine, as this note is not exclusive to these situations only. So I stopped the crank while explaining all that at 2 minutes, so we don't add some excess wear to the starter and or break it. The starter breaking itself isn't part of the simulation just yet, but we're looking to get into that later. We can see that the EGT's dropped a fair amount, but as we stop the cranking, it may climb ever so slightly as cool air stops flowing over the core and the core heat begins diffusing back towards the probe. There's a lot of complex thermodynamics and thermal exchanges going on here. All that aside though, let's just get started with lighting this engine up manually. We've given the starter about 15 seconds between engagement to lubricate itself, and now we can commence the start. So following along in the QRH, we've checked the thrust levers are at idle, and the engine mode selector is already in norm, so we'll go ahead and switch it to start. The FADECs come alive, and we'll look to the overhead and once again hit the engine manual start push button.
Oh, it will what? Oh, okay, I think I understand.
The start valve is in line. We have rising oil pressure, and N2 is rising. We can skip a page on the procedure as N2 has already gone past 16%. If it doesn't, there are supplementary procedures, but it has, so we're just going to move on to the next page. We're looking for maximum motoring speed, which we've now achieved, and we're happy with the EGT at the moment. So we'll go ahead and flip engine master lever 1 to on, and we'll hit the chrono at the same time. Looking at the ECAM, igniters A and B both on, and fuel is being introduced. Now, within the 20-second maximum, we see fuel flow increase, which is good, and N1 starting to come up. Next page here, N2 reaches 43%. We're checking for igniters off as so, and start valve above 43% is now showing a cross line. Main and secondary engine parameters all look relatively normal. We're going to go ahead and switch off the manual start push button and set the mode selector to no.
Oh my god. That's very interesting. I'm gonna watch that again actually.
Start done. We do the same for the other engine, but at this point we'll just move on to the next demo. Something interesting worth noting here before we move on though is the N1 reading. Now this is kind of an interesting one because there's actually a massive tolerance on the N1 reading for in-service engines. We're sort of kind of experimenting with engine aging, and this won't be in the version you have on your PC, but it's something we're interested in emulating. For the IAEs, these ones in particular, there's a negative 2.0 to plus 3.8 N1 tolerance from a baseline value. These engines here are a little older, so they run a touch hotter and burn just a smidge more fuel than a factory new engine. This value is within the tolerance for fuel flow N1, N2, and EGT. But I just thought it was something to note before someone throws the book at us. It's also important to remember that there are several variations of the IAEs fitted to the A320. So if this sort of N1 doesn't match a video you're watching, it's likely because these are V2527 A5 Select 1 engines. There is a Select 2 package that we're investigating, and that implements something called RGI, Reduced Ground
Holy
Idle.
crap, dude.
But I can't confirm at the moment whether or not we're going to build this in the future just yet.
It feels like it's gonna be a really high. It is most probably really high fidelity of the real airplane.
The weather spectrum. It's a cold, miserable, and gloomy day here in Copenhagen. We've simulated a fascinating phenomenon that could well catch you out the next time you fly into these sorts of conditions. I've pushed the airplane back and taxied to the holding point here just short of the runway. It's taken me about 12 minutes to get here, taxiing nice and slowly thanks to the conditions. We've got a quartering headwind reported from right to left, nothing major.
Oh my god, it looks so cool, by the way.
Gusting up to 20.
The visuals are
on
so
the whole
cool.
short line, it's a direct right to left crosswind. There's a decent chunk of precipitation, snow in this case, and the temperature is around -2 degrees Celsius, so it's quite slushy on the ground. What I'm now going to show you is called engine fan blade icing. So in addition to the cowling and leading edge of the wing being critical to the safe operation of the aircraft in icing conditions, so are the fan blades. Now, with that being said, the cowling and the
That looks awesome already. Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm impressed right now.
Some potential pitfalls if you're not careful. We've modeled the effects of ice accumulation not only on the fan blades, but also on the cowling, which can cause vibrations. fan blade icing is
Wow.
much more insidious though. Instead of simply experiencing vibrations, when the fan blades ice up, we're looking at a loss of power and a very lazy engine. Now the first part to understanding the issue is understanding the conditions it tends to occur in. A dry extreme cold is not going to cause engine fan blade icing. An extreme cold with some blowing snow is probably a step up on the threat level, but the worst possible threat level for it is when you're closer to 0 degrees Celsius in precipitation conditions or in conditions such as freezing fog, a freezing drizzle, or even rain at 1 degree Celsius. The next is to understand what actually happens. Now, in these conditions, ice can build up on the LPC blades, the LPC inlet guide vanes, and the fan exit guide vanes. The reduction in inlet area can lead to a reduced flow through the engine, which may have become choked. This choked flow would have limited high pressure compressor delivery, and hence the HPC delivery pressure controls fuel flow, and this leads to inadequate thrust production for a commanded power setting. Now, to be clear, it will only really accumulate in low power regimes, so whilst at idle during taxi or holding short, or even when you're turning the aircraft around and the engines are powered down. Thankfully, you got a couple of tools at your disposal to help deal with this. The first, when the engines are powered down, is a new option on the EFB ground services menu called fan blade heating. This, in reality,
it's a
applies
thing.
a heating unit to the intake and helps thaw out or keep warm the fan blades. There's no visual model for it yet, but it does work, and it is a critical part to keeping safe in these conditions. The next, once you've departed from the comfort of the heating unit, is the ice shedding
Happy
procedure, which
Valentine's
you now do
Day.
actually have a reason to do.
Did
On
you?
CFM, it's 70%.
Welcome in. Happy to see you,
every
friendo.
30 seconds. I recommend
How's it
doing this
going?
every 15 minutes or so, and additionally at least once before you take off, once you're lined up. Monitor your vibrations carefully on the lower ECAM and get proactive in dealing with the problem. On the IAEs, as we have here today, it's 50% N1 every 15 minutes minimum, so keep a good eye on the clock. The same rule
My
applies.
God,
Add a run
that's
up when you're
getting
lined up and
serious,
ready to
dude.
go too. As in the FCOM, doing this will help shed the accumulated ice safely before you apply any power and find yourself in a dicey situation. Just bear in mind
They
you
have
may
to-
need apply
happy for
more
you,
than a
friendo.
single run-up every
Even so
15
Wendy.
minutes,
Yeah, yeah,
depending
yeah.
on how severe the weather and conditions are. So monitor
Isn't it
engine
time
response
so
closely.
nice?
You may even get away with less, but on your head be it. Just bear in mind
Isn't
it's entirely
having
possible to
time so
accumulate
nice?
so much ice you can't even get to the required N1 for shedding. Watch your vibration value while you're doing the shed, and if it's higher than normal but creeping downwards, you're actually successfully shedding ice. If you've accumulated so much ice you can't even shed it, then, well, you either go back to the gate and thaw it out with the fan blade heating, or you do it with the magic of a weather change. Right, time for a practical demonstration on what not to do. You'll join me on the runway in just a second, and we'll take a peek at what this looks like.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, we're all lined up, ready to go. Now,
I'm
I'll
definitely
quickly
more
just
excited than I.
review all
Well,
my
I was
methods.
already
We
excited.
will
I'm
see
just.
back on the whole
I'm
short
tired of
while I
waiting.
explained
Is what
all
it
this
is.
stuff to you, and I ultimately forgot to do any run-ups. Now I've lined up, I'm focusing on the takeoff, and I'm not really paying attention to much else. So again, not doing any run-ups. On the taxi out of here, maybe I was busy with VATSIM or simply not getting lost in this horrific weather, so again, I forgot. We're cleared for takeoff, and let's just advance the thrust levers. And yeah, look at that. So it's probably a good thing I'm stood on the brakes, because that does not look very healthy. Now the question is, why just engine number 2? Surely if it's icing everything up. Now, if you cast your mind back to the whole short, when I mentioned the wind conditions, you'll remember I said we had a quartering headwind from right to left. As it was though, on the whole short itself, the
Wow.
wind was a direct right to left crosswind due to the orientation of the aircraft. And what ended up happening was poor old engine number 2 was sat out there in the wind, cold, and elements, while engine number 1 was actually being shielded by the fuselage, and therefore it did not have a bunch of precipitation blowing
Sweet
into it.
lord, that's wow.
Take all of this stuff into consideration. It's pretty fascinating, to be honest, because the same exact thing occurred to an A320 in something like 2004 or 5. In that incident, it took a grand total of 6 minutes on the whole short to accumulate enough ice in engine number 1 such that when they applied takeoff power, the asymmetric thrust effect was so strong that the aircraft deviated from the runway at 22 knots and they couldn't recover it. So they ended up in a field next to the runway. This is some pretty scary stuff, and in that situation, the crew didn't ice shed the engines. Now, in MSFS, I think you've got to worry about it too. All right, final one.
Yeah, Paul, there's gonna be so many tickets. Like, something is wrong, dude. That's not normal.
Here in Edinburgh,
I would be one of them.
And it's kind of wild. We'll keep this one short, as I think this phenomenon is quite well understood. We've got a massive crosswind, 45 to 50 knots blowing from left to right, well outside of aircraft limitations, and I shouldn't really be here. But in the words of William Ernest Henley, I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul, and I am the captain of this damn airplane, so I've decided we're going anyway. Everything all set, let's stand on the brakes and apply a bit of power.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that sounded kind of expensive, and it also probably scared the life out of most people in the back. What you saw there was a compressor stall.
That is pretty friggin' cool.
When it comes to why it occurs
Guilty
on engine
discharge,
1,
yep.
not engine 2, because engine 1 is the one hanging out in the wind this time. Engine 2 is nicely shielded by the fuselage. Now, a compressor stall is not super common unless you really abuse the engine and take the aircraft way past its limits, both
This
crosswind
is
or
very
tailwind.
mountainy. Oh.
You see, I've had to add crazy winds here to incite it. It's actually relatively rare, and if you're sticking to the aircraft's crosswind limits, you're probably never going to see one unless you've damaged the engine prior and it's already clinging on to dear life. Why does this actually happen, though? Well, the engine, when it's running at power in relatively normal conditions, the air traveling into the intake does so in something called a laminar flow. Smooth, in other words. When you're throwing a crosswind or tailwind into the mix, that smooth air into the engine becomes turbulent and messy. The compressor does not like turbulent air, and it will promptly throw a little fit, much like the one you've seen here. Now when this happens, just roll the power back to idle smoothly, and perhaps wait until you're not in a 50-knot crosswind to take off. Maybe see if you can find a headwind, or at the very least a quartering headwind to have a go. But the question is, what happens if you're just going to let the engine continue with its compressor stalls?
That's that's
So
weird
we
as hell.
applied a bit of power here, and finally there goes the engine. It's flamed out. Now,
Holy
you've
crap, that was
damaged it,
cool.
and it's basically
That's
shut
scary,
down.
but that was
It
cool
should
as
be
hell.
recoverable in this state, so you'll be able to relight it, but ultimately speaking, keep doing this a few times and the damage will be far too severe to continue. You may even overheat the engine, which is going to cause you a whole different set of problems. Consequences for your actions, I suppose. There's a whole host of other stuff that can cause compressor stalls or surges, including letting ice accumulate on the engine cowling, so be wary of that too. Sometimes actions, I suppose.
Dude, I kind of want to hear that.
Doing this a few, so you'll be able to damage it.
Uh-oh.
So I've reapplied a bit of power here, and finally there goes the engine.
That's so
It's
cool.
flamed out. So that leads you to run cowling actions. Ultimately,
Hold on.
reapplied a bit of power here, and finally there goes the engine. It's flamed out. Now you've damaged it, and it's basically shut down. It should be recoverable in this state, so you'll be able to relight it. But ultimately speaking,
11
keep
hours,
doing this a
day
few
here,
times,
day
and the damage will
off
be far
coming
too severe to continue. You may
soon
even
for me.
overheat the engine, which is going to cause you a whole different.
What do you
set of
mean,
problems.
SG?
Consequences for your actions, I suppose. There's a whole host of other stuff that can cause compressor stalls or surges, including letting ice accumulate on the engine cowling, so be wary of that too. Sometimes a bird strike will cause a hiccup, and the engine may well just eat it and be susceptible to some compressor stalls, so that leads you to run it in a lower or idle power setting. Sometimes a bird strike will absolutely shred the engine. We've added a little bit of randomness.
When do they
to
get
that
day
earlier
off
now, so
soon?
good luck with that.
There's
And have
only
fun
a
with it.
small break.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that
definitely,
about wraps it up.
definitely.
I hope you've
And you
enjoyed
said
this
you had a
deep dive
lot
into
of
some the system stuff that we've built
vacation
for Block
days
2.
too, so
I really do look forward to you all
vacay
getting this
away,
on your
friend.
computers.
This bozo's about to close out the video. It's not actually done yet. Watch this.
Okay, so like I totally forgot about a couple of important things. Before I went and wrapped up the video that I was sort of supposed to say. But cut me some slack. It's been a long day. It's been a long month. It's been a long year. But I think the first thing
I'm on Vicky,
that
yeah.
we all wanted to say pretty much here on the team, we're really sorry for the delays. I know it's not been fun. It's not been fun for you. It's not been fun for us. But ultimately, from our side, we have an objective, and that objective is to build this into the best A320 simulation out there. And we really wanted to give the 321 and the 319 the best base possible.
That's true. We're
and
way
that
past the
meant that
dates
we
now.
needed to
Way past.
basically overhaul and upgrade the core product. I know that taking this long for an external engine model, yes, you saw 3 effects. Taking a year to do 3 effects isn't really what has happened. It's a gut rebuild and general infrastructure work to support the really tiny details of this engine model. Like I said, things like oil viscosity, dilation, all that sort of stuff is modeled. I just haven't shown it to you here, but I'm sure if you have a keen eye, you will notice it. We're trying to bring you every little millimeter of detail with this engine model. But it's also going to serve us into the future with our future aircraft products like the like the 321, 319, you know, like all the other stuff that we have coming down the pipe. It means a lot to us that we continue to have the support of a lot of our customers. Like I said, a year long to develop this. You guys have been really patient, and it's been tough. It's been tough for all of us. But ultimately, that reinvestment, you know, it goes into the 1921. Like I said, we wanted to support the core of the product to be as strong as possible. We wanted to give you guys this update or upgrade for free, because looking at the 321, 319, we weren't happy leaving the 320, a product that's out there and that's already been purchased by a bunch of people. We weren't happy leaving that in the state that it was and then moving forward on the next paid thing, you know. As much as we are a business and we
Which,
have
by
to
the way,
survive, we're doing
respect
fine.
to
We
them
can
for that,
afford
by
to
the
make
way.
this decision, and we did, because that's what we're all about, I guess. And yeah, I mean, from our perspective, you know, the last year, 2023, the entirety of 2023, we have reinvested pretty much every single penny we got from sales. So I don't think we'll be taking much profit out of 2023, but I do believe that we've really done right by the product, and that we have done right by the 321 and the 319,
yeah,
because both
yeah.
of those are going to be better products as a result of this. You know, they're being built
They're,
off this basis.
those guys are
and
like
work
the
on
complete
those
opposite
is going
of
really well.
Aerosoft. Complete opposite.
So hopefully you
Once
should
they
see
get
those
your money,
before
they
not
couldn't
too
care
long.
less about the product.
Now, the other couple of things I wanted to talk about, kind of important to some of you, maybe less important to the rest. The first is more of like a service announcement. We've also built a web MCDU. I haven't featured it because I
Ooh.
kind of forgot.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
But it's there. There's a web MCDU now. You can use it. It's linked up to the MCDU in the airplane. Ben, one of the new guys we brought on, who is our CTO, he put that together, mostly because he wanted it, so he went out and built it. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy about that, because
That's
they've
pretty
had
cool.
to go elsewhere or externally to use a web MCDU, but now you got it natively supported, so that's great. Number 2, and I think people are going to be, or some people are going to be quite happy with this. After like a solid year or maybe longer of negotiation and talking and discussing, we've come to an agreement with the fine folks down at ProSim, and we are going to unlock hardware support for people that want to use stuff like mini FCUs and whatnot. This has involved a little bit of a change to our licensing agreement that we have with them.
Got
We will
it.
eat that cost. We will eat it. Just go be happy and do your mini FCU things or whatever else hardware you got. This may not come with Block 2. We're still kind of, we've come to an agreement. We've got to do the paperwork, and I'm hoping to do the paperwork by the time Block 2 releases. I expect I'll do the paperwork by the time Block 2 releases. But if I don't, it'll come quite likely in pretty much the first update after Block 2. And that brings me to my third point. Waiting this long between updates kind of sucks. I know. Once Block 2 is out, I think we'll get back to kind of regularly scheduled programming. This has been a massive project to undertake, but I think you can look forward to more regular updates to the product. We hear you. I know there are a lot of people that are upset that some bugs haven't been solved in like 4 or 5, 6 months, something like that. Yeah, I agree. That kind of sucks. We'll fix that. So we will do more regular updates.
By the way, that guy sounds exhausted. By the way, I almost feel bad for him. He sounds absolutely exhausted.
We will fix that. So we will start giving you more regular updates. And I think that's it. I think now I can say I hope you enjoyed the video, and that this is probably the end, but Dave might yell at me for something else, so there might be a additional thing to this. I don't know. We'll see. If not, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's quite impressive, actually. It's more impressive than I thought it would be. The thing I don't like though is the way he's talking about. He's talking right now. He's gonna say. He said like maybe we'll do that when we release Block 2, and like you can see it's still in the air, and it's still not clear when they're gonna do that. So yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna wait probably, I don't know, at least a month longer. They are overall, according to their own schedule, they're 4 months behind. But again, you know, they did a lot, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they said the first plan to release the 1921, I believe on beginning of the year or something like that. So they are very behind their own schedule, which is surprising because Phoenix was by far the most on-time developer so far. Okay, I was about to say that thing that's wrong, but no, that's fine. But anyway, that's very exciting, that's for sure. It is definitely very exciting. Oh boy, I'm gonna get myself something to eat. I'm just falling apart here. Something to, I mean, wake me up. Just wondering when the 777 drops. Yeah, true. 777 I don't even have a gut feeling right now. Oh, check it out. I wish I did that before, but we're in real time now. All right, sorry about that. I need to get something to wake me up a little bit. It's truly it's difficult right now. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. Not gonna take long. Here we. And back. Alright. Well, we should be very close of seeing SG. Oh, you didn't enter your destination like your flight plan in Volenta, SG? Yeah. No worries, friendo. Oh, that's true. Hold on. Let's check. We're still quite far, to be honest. Yeah, we just passed the midpoint. But I think that's gonna be good enough for choosing a runway. Runway should be 12. Yeah, it should be 12. Oh, it says 14. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna do 12, not 14. All right, 12. Now. Approaches 12. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah, there's no... okay, that's why. There's no ILS for 1, 2. But it's still gonna be 1, 2 for me anyway. Uh-huh. So I'm guessing Uckner. Boom. Okay. An arrival. What? I don't get it at all. What the hell is that? Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ, what the hell? Okay, I'm gonna try this thing. Will that work? Well, it looks like it's working. Okay, I think we're fine. I RNAV'd it. Yeah, apparently that's what I'll have to do. Star ILS RNAV, I mean RNAV Zulu 1-2, RNAV Zulu 1-2. Let's go. That's gonna be Ochner. Nibi 1 Romeo. And no transitions. Okay. And we're turning, yeah. Yeah, we're still quite far. The top of the descent is after Nibis. And Nibis is like right there. It's still quite far. Alright, well that's what I have. RNAV with this airplane is always tricky. And I'm pretty sure I forgot some stuff about it, which is not great, but oh well. Ah, there you go. Yeah, there's a nice sunrise actually. I kind of wish I need to remember that actually for tomorrow. We're gonna be chasing the night, especially tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, that's true. Oh, that's true. I need to change that as well. Seychelles, let's go. Seychelles to La Réunion. Let's change that to true. Gonna take a minute to change. By the way, I'm gonna make a little statement here. We're done with the what's it called? Oceania? I think that's what it's called, at least in English. We're done with South America. I read about it, by the way, and those islands here are part of North America. South America starts after Panama, so Panama is North America officially. So Colombia and Trinidad and Tobago is part of North America as well. So basically we're done with South America, we're done with Europe, we're done with Oceania / Australia, New Zealand, and part of that was very weird as well. I looked into it, and from what I understand, like Papua New Guinea is part of Oceania, but Papua is part of Asia or something like that. Very strange. Anyway, something like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. One, two, three. So we have 3 flights left for being done with Africa. Asia, we still have a long way to go. And we're gonna end with North America. It's a lot of flying done. Yeah, that's pretty cool to see, actually. Oh, I really enjoy myself. I kind of wish, I just wish I had more energy lately. Yeah, next year I definitely need to find a way to have a free hosting. I cannot withstand that. It's just ridiculous. Not that it's extremely expensive, but like it's not worth the money. But maybe hard to say. Hold on. I think so, yeah. Well, significantly, I don't know. But definitely, no doubt about it, you'll be ahead of me. That is for sure. Well, meanwhile, we have time. Let's check. I don't know why I'm entering that. Let's check the flight for tomorrow. I believe the flight for tomorrow is very long. Yeah, it is very long. It's 4 hours tomorrow. So long ass flight. We're going from La Réunion, where we're going right now, to Johannesburg, which is, I believe, the capital of South Africa. Instant revolution before leaving Glory Island. Yeah, it was glorious indeed. All right. I'm confused there. Yeah, okay. That's fine. The scenery just wasn't optimized. A lot of the animation that probably weren't removed if far enough away from them. For free, you can't expect much. It was otherwise amazing. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I understand what you mean. So basically, when you're further away, it just shouldn't show at all to save FPS. But just before coming back here, by the way, I got myself something. I'm not able to function right now. I'm my very I don't know, effeminate drink, I guess. Yeah, I said goodnight to my oldest. She went to sleep really late today, apparently. Meanwhile, I'm gonna check. I don't even remember the scenery. Not this one, but the one for Johannesburg, actually. Hold on. Oh, is it Pretoria? No, it's Johannesburg. So the probably killed it. All right. Port Elizabeth International. Looks good enough. Oh yeah, I do remember now. Oh wait, no. MS project in South America. Oh, I not okay. Whatever, dude. I'm not looking at the right thing. Okay, that video sucks. The wedding banquet, really? Or Tambo International Airport. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember that airport much. I tried to get like cool sceneries from South America, well, from Africa, because I don't think there's a lot of them, and that's a huge continent. Nice enough. Those inside the resort villas had night illumination. Oh wow, okay. Did you check how much hotel room would cost over there? Also, I would love to know how you get there. I'm guessing only, well, by boat as well, I guess, but I'm gonna assume you probably go there by plane. It looks extremely isolated anyway. Hey Fenico. Bonne soirée à toi. J'espère que tu vas bien. It's not a real place. I would guess 3,000 buckos at night. It's not a real place? Oh, you mean everything was made up like it's not a real thing? Smaller strip, but real life, no resort there. Ah, got it. Got it, got it. But it's glorioso. Should be. Yes, I will. No, pas mal de ça. You're way past Madagascar now. And made their own airport and resort. Ah, got it. Now that makes sense. Ah, okay. Now that makes sense. So that's why you didn't take off from that airstrip, right? Okay, now it does make sense. Why is there a line here? Oh, it's probably your flight before, right? Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's probably... Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, dude, we're gonna see each other soon. I'm actually kind of surprised we're not seeing each other already, but... Well, I guess that makes sense. But it's gonna happen soon. I want to do a VFR. Well, VFR away, friendo. VFR away. Tomorrow, Thursday, it's gonna be a 4-hour flight, so we're definitely starting at 7. There's no doubt in my mind. What about the next flight? Then flight for Friday, I think it's gonna be very long as well. Three hours 45, so yeah, that's gonna be the same thing. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did the other day. Yeah, which is and I'm pretty sure SG is gonna work well for you as well. I'm gonna start the stream at 7 just to take off and everything. I'm gonna go run some errands, get some nice beer for Friday. My god, the week is flying by. And then come back. So since it's a very long flight, it's probably better. Oh, that's true. Yeah, actually I showed you SG, I believe, but I flew the it's a really cool helicopter. I flew the H-145. the Airbus H145 by Hyper Performance Group, and it's so freaking cool. I would love to learn it like better, and believe me, it's I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's much easier to manage because there's so many automation and stabilizer and stuff like that on that thing. It is just night and day with the other one. Completely different. It's definitely a lot of fun, no doubt about it. Over here. Oh, it's P. I'm confused. There's the PMS 50 for the GTN 750. What's the other mod? Oh, crap. GTN 750. Yeah, I don't know which one it is though. Oh, it might be the PMS then. Alright, need to figure that out. Oh, that's kind of funny. Cross Hyperu is flying cargo in the 300 as well. And he's flying to a place... I think it's Jordan. Is it Jordan? No, it's Syria. Oh, it's Damascus, actually. That's another spot. There's not a lot going on. Not a lot of sceneries, I mean, available. Meanwhile, we have some time. Check that out. We've been pretty much everywhere. I think we're going to Kenya afterwards. Nairobi, yes. Yeah, Kenya. Yeah, that is indeed a long flight. And the one after is going to be to Jeddah as we're leaving. So basically on Monday, we're leaving Africa forever. And after that, going through Asia. I don't remember that one as well. Oh, yeah. That's the one. Yeah, I remember now. That's the one I had, like, those weird texture problem that it should be fixed by now. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. Might be wrong, but I think it was. Aerosoft always kind of ish. Oh, that's true. I have that mesh, which I'm not sure how good it will be, but anyway, I have it. check that since we have a lot of time apparently. Gendarmerie Nationale. I believe it's still French territory. Air Liberté, holy crap. That thing doesn't exist. Hasn't existed for a long time. It's a dead airline. Yeah, that's a 310 from Air Liberté, which used to go there as far as I know. There you go. That's what it looks like. That's kind of why I said I'm gonna assume that this airport was probably built with the 1.4, and they most probably terraformed here to get that runway, which is longer. What's surprising to me is that there's no ILS on 1.2. Yeah, it's a very nice freeware. Already see, really? Oh, top of the sand in sight. Oh. Yeah, I definitely don't. Nope. I still don't see you, by the way. Okay, I should be seeing you very quickly. I don't know. Oh, you know what? No, I don't think so. I think that's a bug. Check it out. That's nice. Happy with that screenshot. All right, let me check it out. Oh, yeah, indeed. No, it's very obvious indeed. Must be that 8,000 feet mountain. Still, it's still quite clear, to be honest. You're much higher than I am as well. You're like 12,000 feet higher, so I'm gonna say it's probably gonna affect the view as well.
Yeah, and if I recall, I checked. I'm gonna check real quick. I checked. I'm gonna check real quick. I checked if there was anything interesting in terms of scenery in Madagascar, and if I recall, there was close to nothing, if not nothing at all. That is another place that's quite disappointing in that sense. One airport north. Yeah, it's not. I'm not impressed. Let's see the series on flights on the TO though. Yeah. Quite literally. Oh, one. Check it out. Ooh, ATR. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's... Where's the place you were at? I think this is one. Assumption Island. Oh, check it out. Yeah, it's just a correction. Yeah, indeed. Very, very much just a correction. Yeah, you can see how freaking far the Seychelles goes. Like, that's all Seychelles. FMMI. Holy crap, really? Sorry, what is FMM? Oh, Madagascar. Okay, that's the main, like, November 1st, 2023. Ugh, it's been a while. Yeah, I want to say it's not good. It's not looking good. There's a support there, I think, got it. In November 2023. Did you really? Do you remember when you started it? What the freaking hell is going on here? Oh, that's funny. November 27, 2023. Oh, really? Every weekend. Well, okay. I take it back. Dude. The guy made helipad. That'd be freaking cool if why. Helipads all around La Réunion. I've agreed. Alright. That's just a correction, and that's gone somehow. Yeah, those are mostly helipads. Ooh.
Sorry about that quick interlude. About to hit top of the sand here in 1 minute. Ooh. Dude, it didn't feel like... Yeah, I'm still far though. 341, 341, 341, 31. Oh my god, my brain is freaking fried right now. $20 really that long? But at the same time you're really high, so I don't know. By the way, I don't know, man. Shouldn't we be able to see each other right now? I'm gonna change the server and come back just in case. West. Hey, I'm guessing that's what it is, by the way. I'm just surprised. Slightly out of run, and I have to stop or slow down before we close the gap. What do you mean? I just went, no, but by the way, it's all good, friendo. You just land whenever you feel like. Whenever you get there, I'm gonna be right behind. Yeah, the other one was kind of crazy. Let's just say that. That is the main airport. Dude, that could be very interesting to fly around that place. There's a bunch of helipads. Oh, there's another airport. Aéroport Saint-Pierre, Pierrefonds, Île de la Réunion. Yeah, that's just a correction though. I slow down, you're faster, will go inside circle visibility will power. No, I understand that. Okay, I get what you mean. My point is you don't have to do that unless you feel like it, obviously. The other Pierrefonds, yeah, exactly, the other Pierrefonds. My uncle, by the way, his first house was there. Dude, I don't know, man. Get me like a ton of brick. That uncle, which by the way, that's kind of funny that we're talking about Pierrefonds. That uncle I have is the one that worked at Bombardier all his life. I believe 34 years, something like that. And he worked on the CRJ, worked on the Dash. He worked on the Challenger. The first gonna close yesterday, Pierrefonds near Gouin. Oh, nice, very nice. And yeah, basically that's this guy. Well, this couple, my aunt and him. My god, I'm fading out so quickly. Yeah, exactly. And he moved to Ville-Lorraine after I believe 15 years or something. I don't remember. And he's been in his house in Ville-Lorraine for a long time. And quite frankly, I never thought he would leave there. It's a big house, and like both kids are gone out of the house and have been for a long time. It's just a big house to maintain and stuff. Like to me, I never understood people staying in those big houses if they're alone. Like, get luxurious stuff, I get it, but like the fact that it's big, I just don't get it. I don't know, that's just me. And he got I think I talked about him a little bit, but he got bladder cancer, which is a really big deal. Anyway, and he survived. Really clearly very happy about it. Now he's just apparently it just hit him like a wall, like he went like, you know what, I'm tired of maintaining that house. It's a lot of work, and he's alone there. Like, well, not alone, he's with his wife, but the thing is, like, I totally get it. Oh, there you go, finally see the mountains, friendo. There you go. La Réunion ho. And I was extremely surprised to hear that he's looking for a condo in crap, Île des Sœurs. He's looking for a condo in Île des Sœurs, which really surprised me. Oh, SG, finally, check it out. You just appeared. You think you could see me now? Oh, that's freaking hilarious. I saw you, and I saw your post like half a second afterwards. Like, you could see me by now in front of the mountains. It's an expensive place. No, woot, indeed. Happy to see that. Well, it can be, depending on what you get. But he's looking, apparently he's done, it's quite a, I don't know, man. It's a huge, I don't know, man. He just flipped completely in what he wanted to do and everything. I'm gonna on my plan looking on plane P3D. Absolutely wanted to experiment a bit with old scenery. Take care, everyone. Have a good one, Digi. My best to Miss Digi. Take care and get at least 5 months off. All right. Take care, friendo, and happy to see you as always. Have a good one, friendo. So yeah, the thing, 5 months off. Yeah. Oh my god. No, the thing is, he was a very hardcore. He grew up obviously with my father. He's the brother of my father. I grew up in Montreal all of his life, in apartments with parents and stuff like that. And when he was, you know, older enough, he started to work in I believe that's literally the only place he worked. Oh, that's not true, actually. I know other place, but anyway, that's the first very big permanent place, and he worked there for, yeah, very long time. Anyway, my point is, he bought a house in Pierrefonds, and it feels to me that he was basically like a suburban guy now. You know what I mean? Suburban guy. Is it what it is? Suburbs, yeah, suburban guy. Like, he was extremely, like, I don't know, it felt like I don't want to go back into the city anymore and all of that. Like, that was it. And you can see, I think his cancer just completely flipped his mentality completely, which I'm guessing it can do that, right? Suburbivore, sure, he eats suburbanians. And not only that, he's selling a house, so no longer living in a house. Second of all, he's leaving the suburbs. He's going back big time in Montreal. Like, Île des Sœurs is definitely like right in the middle, right? It's like a cool, chill place, but it's still right in the middle. You're very close to the old port. You're very close to, you know. And the other thing is, he just decided, I'm done with my house, like, as in being an owner. I rent from now on, and that was just his decision. Well, their decision. My point is, I was very, I don't know, very surprised by how he completely changed his mind. And I'm gonna assume it's probably related to his cancer. You know what's weird? My father got cancer, prostate cancer, and he's good and well, super happy. Actually, he's one of the people I saw yesterday. Actually, he's well. He's doing very good. and his brother, who is younger than him by, I believe, 3 or 4 years. I would say 3 years. Got bladder cancer like a year after, which is just so weird. I don't know, man. I guess the older you get, the more people you see die. It's just, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's kind of sad, but that's what it is. Let's do predict. That's 150. Let's go. These objects. What the hell is that? Oh Lord, it's 10:30. That's gonna be perfect. We'll be in bed at 11 or something. Yeah, and meanwhile, we're seeing more and more duplicates of airports. Field Air released their Ontario, I believe it's California, airport. While Vertical Sim made a very good one. Field Air is usually average. It's okay, usually it's okay at best. That's not true. Okay, good. Never, ever, ever great. And sometimes really bad as well. Well, turning. Alright, let's check the RNAV situation. Alright, we're going to 3000 here. Whoops, 3000. Let's arm that. Whoops, my bad. Arm that. I'm not gonna lie, it's a really cool site. Oh, look at that. There's another one over there. Oh, that's probably Ile Maurice, actually. With timing, I should say, for not having tried it to plan. No, it's really cool, actually. Yeah, it's pretty cool, friendo. Okay, that is set up. That's okay. Is there a VOR by any chance there? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Oh, there is. 1129. That's exactly what it is. That should be 126. SDG indeed. Now I'm not sure. I hope it's not gonna screw up anything. I don't see why it should though. But I'm gonna activate the VOR so at least we see it. Oh, I think I need to do that. Yeah, like that. It's just one at a time. It's so weird. Is that the VOR? Oh, I think so. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I don't think. If I do that and that. Yeah, it stays there. It's so strange. Yeah, it looks like it. All right, approach. Let's go. MDE is gonna be 640. I'm gonna go 5, and the age is gonna be 602. Oh, that's the other thing, by the way. I was thinking about that uncle. My cousin, which is her, his daughter, actually is now she's been in the army, the Canadian Army for a while, and she became an officer, I would say 2-3 years ago, something like that. She was positioned, she went to Iraq, no, not Iraq, she went to Afghanistan, I would say at least 3 times. But now she's an officer, and yeah, she's been posted in Quebec City for many years, and eventually posted, I believe, Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, but anyway, in the Montreal region, and she just now got relocated to Quebec City again. What is it? Yeah. And she studied, you know what she studied? Landscaping. I'm not making that up. And she's always been first of class, always. Like she was always extremely good in school. There you go, and we're descending. And apparently she worked like 2, maybe 3 years after graduating, and she said, screw it, I hate it. And she enrolled in the army, and she's there. Miss what she does instead of landscaping. She's in the army. She's an officer in the army now. Canadian forces. Close enough. I don't know. Is it? And by the way, she was a full infantry and everything. I saw some picture when she was there actually. Look at that. That's pretty cool to see that. Let's go. You're close to landing, friendo. Yeah, it's such a, I don't know, it's such a strange bet. Yeah, she studied, I believe, in college, landscaping, which is, I believe, aménagement paysager, in French. which was already very strange to me, by the way. Again, because she was a first of class, she could have done anything. Like she was able to do anything in terms of school wise, I mean. And yeah, she chose that, which is like, okay, well, that's if that's what you want to do, right? And she worked at the city, I believe, literally the city where where she was out, which is Ville-Lorraine. I believe she worked there for like 2 or 3 years, something like that. And what I remember, I talked to her. It's been many years since I talked to her, actually. But what bothered her a lot is the fact that she was not working during the winter. Like she got paid by the government. What do you call that? Chômage, unemployment thing. And she just didn't like that concept. And it was just the way it was, right? Like there's no landscaping during the winter. And yeah, she just didn't like it. And the 180 was basically, you know what? I want to go in the army. After how many years, I don't remember how many years, she was literally offered, because you need to study and pass a really apparently big test. Like it's completely different. Like it's not a boot camp. It's like a big deal when you become an officer, apparently. And she just decided back then, like, no, it's too much work. I don't want to go back to school and stuff like that. Like she literally decided that. And I don't know what happened. But she whoops. No, we're good. I don't know if she was offered again or whatever, but she decided to basically go for it. I don't know if I have no idea. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know a lot of people. Actually, SG, you're one of them. I don't know a lot of people who actually stayed in the same field and even further in the same company for a while. I mean, in my generation. My parents' generation, I think, was very common. And it's not because I didn't try. Like, apparently, I don't know. In IT, it's kind of difficult to stay. We switch fields, though. Oh, that's true. That's true. How did you do the switch, by the way? Gonna let you land. You're very close to landing. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that's really nice. Like an island in the middle of nowhere again. Dude, we saw a freaking whole lot of islands in a while. The only part that wasn't an island, basically, was Australia. Literally. The next flight, we're going to the mainland of Africa. Oops, more drag. Thank God I went back, right? I don't get what this frickin' button is supposed to do. I absolutely don't see any line appearing, anything. Maybe it's not modeled, but I kind of doubt it. And he's on the ground. Alright, let's do that. Strobe on. Take off. Whoops. Wings. Sign, let's go. I feel like I'm really high right now. Might be wrong, but pretty sure I'm very high right now, actually. Alright, let's do that. And let's do that instead. I doubt it, dude. I'm 20 miles out. I'm 14 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's wrong. More drag. Yeah, I know that, but... Alright, flaps 1. Whoops. Uh, 12 is 38, so that's gonna be 50. Wow. Here's down. Yeah, right now I'm not able to slow down. What are you doing, airplane? I don't understand what you're doing. What? It changed. Yeah, there we go, and I have 5,000 above. Ah, oh, come on, man. Yeah, I knew that was wrong. Ups 2. Oh boy. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Come on, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, come on, dude. What the hell? Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. I guess I need to read that again. I'm always there's always something that goes very, very wrong. Oh boy. I was friend with my current one, and one said he knew my position would open, but literally said you like puzzles. I think you would like this. Switching to my board gaming. That is funny. These board gamers make good planners, I guess. That's true. I'm still 2,000 feet above. I don't know what to do at this point. Which is the right one? It should be this one here. Why are you not descending? It's the third time the airplane just decided to level off. Your recommendation, Montreal office, got it. Where's me? Look at that! I'm on nav! Look at the airplane! What are you doing, airplane? I'm on nav right now. Oh god, dude, that's frustrating. Ugh. .787 wouldn't have done this? No, most probably not. Alright, flaps. Okay. 143, 144 was a little bit low. Let's do 147. Dude, how the hell am I supposed to? I'm at 4,000. Like, what the hell, man? I don't understand what's going on. I'm gonna guess that's another bug where the airplane doesn't follow. It just wouldn't follow the LNAV. That's the first time actually it happens again. Yeah, I'm super high right now. Every time I get an RNAV, I usually run into problems. Flaps full right now, but the problem again. Why did you? It leveled off. What are you doing, airplane? Okay, screw you. I'm really freaking tired. It leveled off at least 4 times. Out of nowhere. The VS is fine. Everything is fine. The altitude is okay. I'm not overspeeding either. The airplane just decides, you know what? I'm gonna level off right here. But this is neat. I agree. It looks very nice. And I'm gonna assume that you mostly make one and you just use the same one for all or most at least of your jetways. Man, it's very frustrating. Is it this one or the other one? It's the other one. But it says it's this one. That's not 12 from what I see. That's 14 here. 12 is this one. It is wrong, dude. That's the other one. All right. Honestly, it's just a question of I'm trying to follow the plan, but the airplane is just not cooperating at this point. Alright, it's going too high now. Definitely way too high. Continue. Alright. My airplane, auto throttle left. And I'm too low, which I'm ready to believe. Whoa, speed. Holy crap, I'm way too slow right now. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I'm falling right now. That's not good. I know. Yeah, I figured. You know what? I kind of don't care today. I kind of don't care. I'm gonna have to backtrack apparently. Maybe nuts. Brake, brake, brake! Jesus! The airplane just is not cooperating at all. I was pushing on the pedals so far. Are you reacting? Yes, you are. Oh my god. Ugh. I didn't even do my calls. Honestly, I don't think the ATC would have been very happy with my with what was the airplane, with the decisions of the airplane. Yeah, let's just leave here. Nicely modeled too. I don't know where you are actually. Oh, there you are. Okay, I can go next to you, I guess. Oh boy. Eek. Before you can land, I just mentioned Peerluk was landing and everyone scrambled out of the way. Oh, okay, how dare you. Also, I get it though. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's overheating big time. Oh god, not happy with the end. Yep, indeed. Emoji effort. There you go. Let's go right there. Nice place indeed. Holy crap. We were quite, we were very well timed in the end. I don't think it's gonna be possible to be as in sync as the last one though. It was pretty insane. I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. Stop right there, I guess. I don't know. I don't. Oh, God. Alright, running. Right, beacon, taxi light off. Boom. Boom. Toggle chucks, ground power unit. Boom. APU off. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, I can do that.
The boarding requested.
Boom, boom. 1, 2, and 3. And that's about it. I was surprised. You're floating here too. Really? If we have the same freeware, that's kind of... Oh, I know why. I know why. Actually, I know why. It's because I have a mesh that is probably doing the correct elevation. I have actually a mesh just for this place. Let's take a screenshot this time so I don't forget. Actually, check it out. Hold on.
Do you want to deboard crew?
Yeah, it's this one. Hold on. It's this one. Right leg doesn't factor. That's a good question. I want to say probably not,
Crew bus is coming.
but I don't know in the end. A cool looking airplane, that's for sure. And yeah, look at that, freeware. Pretty neat. I think it's so close of being like, see that for instance, just model and cover that with model instead of that ortho. But look at that, there's a lot of word there.
Crew deboarding starting.
Just before we leave, I'm actually curious. I want to see over there. Have you visited that place? I mean in Sim, obviously. Whoa, check it out. Dude, there's a lot of people here. At least it feels like it. Don't think so? Look at that place. Wow.
Pilots deboarding starting.
Do we know what it is? As in, like, was it Volcano Island? Looks like that. Might be wrong, but... that place is freaking cool. It was my first thought. Yeah, it looks like that, right? Okay, that's pretty awesome. I want to say the mesh makes a difference, by the way. I might be wrong, but look at the details in terms of the elevation everywhere. Look at that. People are living there. Whoa. Okay, that is quite awesome. Look at that place. Got a lake right there. And again, city. Okay, that's oh. Yeah, there's a lot of detail in the elevation. Obviously it's not perfect, but well, actually it could be different, but it looks pretty detailed. Like it doesn't look screwed up at all. I don't know if the original like is like how much better it is or not. Wow. Gonna guess it's like what, tropical kind of weather or temperatures. Okay, that is freaking cool looking. Dude. Don't you want to go like into a boat here? My god, dude. See, that's the spot again. We could build a spot right here, right? Nobody would ever know. Most probably there's a lot of water. Milford sounds a shame. Yeah, imagine it's just the mesh basically. You know what I mean? That there's no scenery done. But there's a guy, I don't know if you've seen that on Flight Sim, the Theo. There's a guy who made a bunch of helipads, I should say. That would be interesting to fly around that place. Yeah, exactly. There's people over there. Oh man. And it's definitely fresh water. Island in the middle of nowhere. That's so weird. Just gonna be crashes into mountain. Yeah, well, there's one way. There's one way to learn. Boom, 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 boom. I was trying to find I was trying to find. Oh, you disappeared. Oh, there you are. To find the clip actually of when I was you were flying that helicopter all over the place. I just cannot remember. All right, everybody left, so it's all good. I'm not gonna rate anybody. Yeah, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. We're gonna go to mainland Africa in South Africa, and I'm gonna start at 7 for sure because that's a long flight. It's a really long flight. So on this, have a nice evening, and I'm gonna see you hopefully tomorrow. Have a good one. Thank you for flying along, SG. Have a good one. Bye bye.